Katie.
Hi, I'm Camilla.
And welcome to You're Gonna Be Fine, the self-development podcast with a chatty twist.
Please know that we are not professionals, just regular girls sharing from our own journeys to hopefully educate, motivate, and inspire you on yours.
So if you're dealing with something serious, please speak to a professional because at the end of the day, they are the experts, not us.
If you are enjoying the podcast, please rate, review, subscribe, and share with someone who you think would enjoy it.
It helps us more than you know to reach more gorgeous people just like you.
With that being said, enjoy the episode and remember, whatever it is,
You're gonna be fine.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of your favourite podcast, You're Gonna Be Fine. Today is a very exciting day because we have got a very special guest. We've got Vicky Owens, who is the founder of one of the fastest growing social media agencies in the UK. She's worked with brands like GHD and Netflix and has become the youngest ever member of the Forbes Business Council. Woohoo! But her story isn't just about business. Sorry, that was like a ready for the clapping. Still going. Her story isn't just about business. Behind the scenes are real challenges from panic attacks, bullying and therapy to building a company from scratch with zero investment or financial backing. She's here to talk about what it really takes to grow something from nothing, set boundaries and stop people pleasing, even when it costs you friendships. Welcome to the podcast, Vicky.
Welcome, Vicky.
Thank you so
now we can do a
much.
second round of applause.
Yes. Go.
You really have done your homework there.
Yes, honestly, like I said, I've been a stalker. I've literally listened. Whenever I've been in the car, I'm like, Vicky, like this is going to be what my entire journey is going to be about. So yes, I've loved it, to be honest.
Thanks for having me,
Yeah,
guys.
very inspiring. Because how old are you now? Are you
I've just turned 25.
25?
That's a lot to achieve before
Yeah.
25.
Still fresh.
So you're a Gen Z, whereas
Yes.
we're millennials.
How old are you guys?
30.
Just 30.
No way.
Yeah, I
Still
know.
young. We're still young though.
Yeah,
All
we
of us
are.
still
Chickens,
young.
you're as old as you feel.
Yeah, we're still
You're in the
fresh.
25 and overs of X Factor
I know.
now, though. Welcome to the crew.
I'm old now.
Welcome.
I feel old
yes,
now.
I love that. And
I'm
we
an
wanted
old
to
soul.
say congrats on the engagement.
Yes,
Show
if you're
the
watching,
ring.
show the ring, show the bling bling.
Which camera is she
This
going
camera,
to?
this camera, this camera.
Yeah. We
There
love.
she is.
We need a wide angle lens for that
We
rock.
do. The brief was sparkles.
Gorgeous.
I fear
Smashed
he
it.
nailed it.
We need to talk about the brief though, because you did mention before
Yeah.
that your boyfriend, you did give him a PowerPoint, which
Yes.
we love. There is clear expectation,
Direction, yeah.
That's what he
communication.
needed. So
Yes.
I would get like Pinterest up and we'd do this or that. So I'd train him. I'd go this, that. And by that point, he knew exactly what was the brief and he did nail it.
You know what? This is what I've been doing with Sam, like to get so that he knows me like properly. You know those things on TikTok? I'm a bit of a TikTok dinosaur, but
Yeah.
what I do use it for is which house would my girlfriend
Yes,
choose?
that's
1,
what we
2,
do.
3, or 4.
Yeah.
And then it's like, which ideal date would my girl? And he's like,
Yeah.
stop now. It's literally like one after
But
the other.
what do we say? You can't get mad for not getting what you want when you haven't asked for it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
You've got to ask in this
Yeah.
world.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
very
yeah.
specific with it. So I would say I wasn't like overly surprised when it happened because
Yeah.
I've been with Matt for like 6 years, like a really long time. So I was surprised on the day he did it, but I wasn't too surprised on the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like whenever
I love
you
that.
go away, you're like,
you
I know it's coming.
every time the poor bloke was tying his shoes, you're like, yes!
Well, he does this annoying thing. He's done it for years where he pretends to propose.
That is annoying.
Such
That
a
is
man
annoying.
thing. So we went to Harry Potter World because he loves Harry Potter. And we were like on this tour and he knelt down on one knee in front of everyone. Everyone was like,
No.
and I was like, I knew he was joking. I was like, get up. And he was like, oh, I'm joking. And
Oh
and
my
he does it all the time.
I couldn't go with that
mad.
level of stress.
You'd go mad.
I'd go mad.
Yeah, all the
I feel
time.
like that's the sort of thing you do. Like Camilla's the prankster
Yeah.
in their relationship. She's constantly pranking. So I feel like that is
get
actually
up.
something you do.
Yeah, he does it all the time. So this time I was like, get up. I was like, wait, are you being serious?
Yeah.
And he was actually being serious.
Oh my God, imagine.
Oh my God, get the boy who cried wolf. You're
Yeah.
actually like, no, like, get up,
He
you
ruined it for
stupid
him.
man.
So I know, because we were on a pier, so I was like, going to push him in. I was like, stop.
Amazing.
He was being serious.
Do you think you'll be a bridezilla?
I don't think so. I'm quite a chill person, and I know this is quite controversial, but I actually don't want to get married for like 5 years now. Like I want a really long
Oh,
engagement
right.
because I
Really?
actually want children first, and everyone
Love
is
that.
like, that's crazy because why would you want screaming kids there? But I've just had this vision of like my son or daughter like bringing me the ring.
Oh.
Like I just want that first. So
Cute.
I won't be getting married for a long time, and like not to get deep so soon, but
Go for
like,
it.
Go for it. That's what we're here for.
my family dynamics are just all over the place. Like my parents hate each other, and Like it's just a whole
Really?
thing. So
Yeah.
getting married for me is not something I'm like rushing to do, but I just love being engaged because it's just like that nice
Yeah.
extra commitment.
Absolutely. And I love that. And I think do things your way.
Yeah.
Like who cares if it's supposed to be like, you know, you get married, then you have kids.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I just love that.
Yeah,
In my dream wedding, Norris, my little sausage dog, is the ring bearer. So I love that. So yeah, I know, yeah.
He's
Named
so
after
cute.
the shopkeeper in Coronation Street. Anyway, we really should get back to the questions that I have spent so long preparing, girls.
We should.
Literally, but we did need to talk about the engagement, and I absolutely love the ring, so he's done well
yeah,
there. Go Max.
congratulations.
Go
Yeah.
Max.
Go Max.
Scored.
Take note, James and Sam. So, the first question that I kind of wanted to touch on, and it's going back in time, because obviously we've got present you and talking about all the amazing present things that are going on for you now. But obviously things haven't always been as rosy. And I genuinely think like the person that you are today is probably shaped a lot by what you've been through.
Yeah.
What you've gone through and what you've grown through. So when you were younger, you got bullied really badly to the point where the police were involved at some instances, which is absolutely awful.
Yeah.
Something that I'm interested in is, what do you think that bullying took away from you, and what do you think it gave you?
I think it's something that's always stuck with me to this day that I really need to get over, and I'm getting there, is I constantly need validation for everything that I do. And I'm also very overly bothered about being liked, like massively, to the point where, say if like we're having this conversation and I could be like, oh, like Katie wasn't laughing at my jokes, so she mustn't like me.
Vicky, I'm laughing at your jokes, honey. I love your jokes. I love you. I've known you 10 minutes. I love you. Just so you know. Just so you know. Settle in mind.
I overthink everything because I was not liked at all in school. Like I didn't really have many friends at school. So anything now, it comes out all the time. I'll go to like business events, or I'll even do my own events where people have paid to see me speak.
Wow.
And I'll go, she doesn't seem interested in what I'm speaking about. And it's really something that I'm trying to get over, and also understanding that everyone has different personality types. So I naturally warm to people that are very like reactive and over the top. Like that's the people that I
Literally, like Jim Carrey on Crack Times too.
I feel seen.
Like, you know, when you tell your friend good news and they're like, stop, that's amazing. Like I love people like that. So I really struggle with people that are like very monotone and not reactive. So anyone like that, I instantly go, they don't like me. I was too much for them. So I'm gonna, shrink myself and not be so over the top. And I was told a lot at school I was too much, I was too weird, because I've been into social media for years. I had like a YouTube channel when I was like 14. I've been making videos. I had an Instagram. It was called Pastel and Pink. And I would like do like, I'd like take pictures of things in my room, like little candles, and like do room tours and stuff.
Oh,
I loved it.
You were the OG.
I was the OG.
What's in my handbag? Age 12.
I
Trailblazer.
know. I wish I kept at it, because I'd probably be like a multi-millionaire YouTuber.
Well, you're doing
You've
super
done all right for
well.
yourself. Don't
I've done
panic.
Okay, hopefully. So I had a YouTube channel, got bullied, took that down. Like I think I'll always have this probably for the rest of my life where I overthink what people think of me.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that's given me is that I just treat everyone with kindness, no matter who you are, like whether you're like, the waiter, whether you're like the CEO of a huge company, because I think it's really easy when you get into business and you are surrounded by so many like powerful people all the time and money and all this stuff. Like it's really easy to act like a bit of a twat. Like So I think like what it's given me is just being kind to everyone. And also what I've really learned from it now, that it's taken me years to learn, is that people are just projecting onto you. Like, and when I look back now at the girls and the guys as well that were not very nice to me at school, like they were projecting onto me because I was like triggering something in them, or because I was doing YouTube, I got bullied for that because that's something that they would have wanted to do. So now, even when I get so much like hate online and stuff, when I get that now, I just think, oh, it's because I'm triggering something in you.
Yeah.
So even though I still take it personally, I just try and think like, what is it that I'm bringing out in them?
Yeah.
And I'm also very self-aware of myself as well. Like if I have a day where someone triggers me, or I might like snap at Matt for something, I'd be like, oh, that's just because of this that I dealt with.
Yeah, very intuitive.
So I think that that's like a gift that it's given me now, is that I really like understand people, and even if I might not necessarily like someone or get on with them, I can understand why I don't like them or why they are the way they are. And then I know it sounds so, everyone's always like, oh, I feel sorry for people that are bullies, but I feel sorry for them because they had stuff going on that they had to project onto someone else. And I've spoken about this loads on my social media. I feel like it's like my punchline now. But like
I probably heard it.
I was just saying, knows it.
Yeah. Get it tattooed on you somewhere.
Literally finish your sentence.
But the bullies applied to work for me. So there was like a massive 360.
Whoa.
And that was like a time for me to go like people can change. I still got loads of stick online for someone reported me to HMRC for discrimination for not hiring them. I was like, why would I hire them? But then also like people can change. Like I understand that as well. I just personally didn't want that in my work environment, and I'm allowed to say no to that.
Yeah, of course.
You were within your rights.
Yeah. But yeah, I think like it's just taught me to understand people's personality types more and the different types of people that there are. And because in business, you're always meeting people all the time. Every day you're meeting new people. And I love to study people. I
do as well.
find it
Human
fascinating.
psychology, we love it on here.
I love it.
Like, and a lot of it is from people's primitive years, when they were children. Have you been to therapy? I feel like from my research, you have been. Yeah. How was your experience with therapy, and are you still in therapy today?
So I tried therapy a few times. I think I tried like 3 different therapists. I had one, she didn't do hypnotizing, but it's like, no, I think it was hypnosis actually. But it wasn't what I thought it would be. I thought it would be like snapping them out, but it wasn't. It was like, I had to just close my eyes and visualize. It was like a messy room and like cleaning it up. I didn't really feel hypnotized.
Yeah.
So I tried that. That wasn't really for me. I tried just like normal bog standard therapy where you just go and speak to a therapist. And I really struggle with that because I'm someone that needs solutions to things. Like when I'm going through something, I want to ask 5 different, 10 different people. What do you think? What should I say? What do you think? What should I say? I'm not very good at making my own judgments yet.
Which therapists kind of are like, I can't tell you what the right thing. Although my therapist, Tony, man like Tony, he does tell me probably.
That's what I need.
Which you need to go to Tony.
Yeah,
He's
I
in
think
honestly,
Wilmslow.
Camilla should be on commission for Tony. She's passing
if
his
he's in
number
Wilmslow,
out.
that's
I'd
great.
be at the top of a pyramid scheme right now. I really would be.
Tony's pyramid scheme.
Yeah, like to be fair, remember I asked you, I was like, is it weird if I invite Tony to my 30th? And she was like, yes.
Yes.
She was,
that does blur the professional line.
He said wedding he would come to, 30th no. But yeah, interesting. So you're not in therapy at the moment?
No, but I want to be. I really want to be. I think I want to have someone once a week maybe that I speak to because things always come up. But when I had it the first time, she was just like, okay, so do you want to tell me where you're at? And because I've been alone a lot growing up, it's so I understand where I'm at. So I was like, well, I have panic attacks and I think that's a trigger because of that. And I think that's because of this. And I've studied this and I understand why my brain's like that. And I was almost doing the work for her. So she didn't really say anything the whole session. And she was like, okay.
And then she's like, £90, please.
Yeah,
and I was like,
money well spent, I think.
And I just came out to my mum. I went, Mum, I could have just told you all that for free.
Yeah.
So I think that I gave up on it and I thought therapists weren't any good, but I think I've just not been to the right one.
It is like dating. Like you do have to kind of find the right one for you, and also the right modality, because there's so many different types of therapy. Like obviously the conversational CBT, hypnosis is now actually registered as a form of therapy. It wasn't years ago, but now it is. So there's so many different forms of it that you can go down, and sometimes you just don't gel with someone. That's the other thing as well. Like you might just think, well, I didn't really get much value from that. And
have you tried going to a man?
No,
because
not.
I would recommend
you rate that, don't you? Yeah.
I've been to women and I genuinely really prefer a man. I don't know why, because I'm a girl's girl, but I really enjoyed, and I can give you Tony's number, no problem. And you just Zoom, so you could do remote.
I love that.
But yeah, I think if you're someone that's really interested in bettering yourself, learning about yourself, like even just soundboarding off someone. Like I went yesterday to Tony. I was like, right, I've got like a few things going on. Like I want to like hash them out with you, and he is so smart, so switched on, and just having someone that's not an echo chamber. So because sometimes I worry, like, all of my friends are such powerful females. They're always like, and they always gas me up. And they're like, you're right. Like, you know, they're in my corner about situations. Yeah. Sometimes it's nice to have someone that's external, who's not biased and can say, right, listen, you know, you I need to rein you in here.
Yeah, this is the part you've played.
Which is really exciting for me. I love feedback. I loved parents' evenings at school. I was like, give me that feedback.
It's like Christmas morning.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
So you touched on panic attacks. So have they gone away now? So for people that have been through that and, you know, are listening, that has to be the most debilitating thing ever, especially when you're building a business. So obviously when I've listened to your podcasts previously, you said that obviously the thing that kind of made you show up and leave the house, because at one point you couldn't leave the house, was that you had a meeting with a potential client and you had to message her and you had to say, just to let you know, like, I might have a panic attack. This is what you do. You know, if that happens.
That's amazing.
Which is so brave to,
really
you know,
brave.
actually just put yourself out there. And was it a case of like, you did it more, so you built the muscle of like leaving the house and it was a gradual thing? Like, what has that looked like? Because I feel like so many people like deal with panic attacks.
It's horrible. And I can't even describe it to someone if you've not had one, but you literally feel like you're dying. Like it's horrible. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. And it used to really annoy me. You know, when people like make a joke out of mental health, of like, oh, my OCD is horrendous. They've not got it, like, because it's just so like irritating when it's something you struggle with every day and someone's just making a joke out of it. And a lot of my friends used to be like, oh, I had a panic attack this morning. I couldn't find my house keys. I'm like,
you didn't have a panic attack. No. You had like a BF, a bitch fit. There's a difference.
Like it was awful to live with. And like, I say I still struggle with it now in terms of I really struggle to do things on my own. So I bring like my sister with me everywhere. So if you said to me, can you go up to London tomorrow on the train by yourself? Absolutely not.
Really?
I would never, I can't, like, well, I say I will never, but maybe one day I will.
Never say never.
Never say never. There, like, can't really like fly by myself, go on the train by myself, go on like a solo holiday, couldn't do that. I can only just about now go to like, to do a food shop by myself. I just feel so odd when I'm by myself. Like it feels so quiet, and I start to realize where I am and that I'm by myself. And if something happens, there's no one there to help me. So I think for me, how I coped with it, I tried everything. Have you heard of tapping? EFT. Yeah. So I did some tapping. I did yoga. I didn't want to go on antidepressants or like beta blockers. I wanted to avoid that, but then because I was so anxious all the time, I couldn't eat anything, and I actually think I've done severe damage to my stomach because I just like didn't eat anything, and then my boyfriend, obviously at the time, not fiance, boyfriend at the time.
Oh yeah,
my
the
boyfriend
status has been elevated since.
I keep saying boyfriend. At the time, he was like, you need to get on medication because this is not normal. So I think medication helped. And then I think it is the more you do things. And for me, I always say to people, that's why you need a really strong why you're doing something. Because for me, I needed money to live and to survive. So I had to go. So it was just the more I did it, the more I got into the flow of it. And then I also started to think like, what is the worst case scenario? It's that I faint. Sometimes I'll like be sick after I faint, and then it's done, and then I feel fine. So I said to think, I'm not going to die. I'm not going to have a heart attack. If I'm around people, they'll help me. And I used to go through this phase where I'd carry like a handheld fan with me, because my first symptom is that my whole body would go hot. So my face would go hot, I'd sweat. So I'd bring a fan with me, and that for me was like a breath of fresh air. I'd bring that everywhere. I'd bring water with me. I'd bring like chewing gum everywhere with me, and just like making people aware of like why I was doing that. And again, everything's so big in my head. So when I was going to that hypnotherapist, she was speaking to me a bit about it, and she was like, it's so much bigger in your head than it is to other people. So even if I was here now and I just said, oh, girls, I feel a bit panicky, can we just take a break? And you'd be like, yeah, sure.
Of course.
Yeah. Or like, she was like, you know, you could be with a client and just say, I'm just going to pop to the toilet, and you could just sit in there for 5 minutes and they wouldn't know. And she was like, people actually are very understanding about it. And it's not a big deal, really.
Well, that is human. That is anxiety though, isn't it? That is anxiety and panic, is that it is all in your head. That it's a survival mechanism that you picked up from either childhood or being bullied or your early teens, whatever, that at one point benefited you. But it's just that now it's in overdrive at times that maybe aren't so helpful. And you saying, you know, being so self-aware and putting in all these tools and things to help you is so inspiring for other people, because I think when you do live with anxiety and panic, you can feel quite lonely, like it's quite isolating, because you think it's so extreme, no one else feels like me, like there's something wrong with me, is like the first thing that you think.
I lost so many friends as well at that time, like, because it was like peak going out time. It was like clubbing.
Calling you boring, probably.
Oh, it was
when
all...
really you're not in control, like you can't leave the house, and it's like you're not boring.
Like
it was protecting yourself and doing what you think is best.
You can't help. You literally can't help it. And I remember like some of my family didn't get it at the time, and I had to tell them like I've quit my jobs because I can't work because it's that bad, and they were like, oh, you just need to get over this now, Vic.
No, but it's like silly. That typical, Gen Z.
Oh, I know.
What are they like?
I know. Just like, get a normal
classic.
job, get to work.
Get to work. Yeah, that's
and
irritating.
Like, loads of friends I struggled with because they'd be going out, and I remember it was like my best friend at the time, her 21st birthday, and she wanted to go out. I was like, I'm just not in the position where I could do that. She was like, oh, for God's sake, Vic, like you really need to just get out. And I was like, I can't help it. And I used to get so frustrated, like with how people spoke to you about it and like belittled it. So I think now like I'm in a much better place with it. I haven't felt the symptoms of panic for a really, really long time. And if I did, I know how to deal with it. But I do know when I'm ready, like I do want to push myself a bit more to do things like maybe go on like a retreat by myself, or you know, get on the train by myself and know that I'll be fine and it's normal. But it's not as bad.
It sounds like you actually have done exposure therapy though.
Yeah, without knowing it.
Without knowing it. Like, because putting yourself, it's really brave to just keep repeatedly putting yourself in those sorts of situations that make you grow. And even if, you know, the end goal is I'm going to go on a retreat by myself, like that's huge. Like maybe you could say, I'm going to go on a retreat with my sister, but I'm going to get the train there by myself. You know, like, so you can like step it a little bit and like ease yourself into these, because I think it's amazing to have a big goal like that. Like that's incredible. But yeah, to show, I mean, it sounds like you have a huge amount of self-compassion and understanding and empathy for yourself and bullies as well. Like you sound like a very empathetic person. So do you think these experiences that you've had in terms of mental health have made you more that way?
Yeah, definitely. And I think understanding other people as well and why they behave in certain ways. And I think because I was very lonely growing up, that I'm very good at like self-soothing myself. So when I get really stressed or anxious, like my sister's like the total opposite of me. She'll spiral and someone else has to help her get out of it, or she'll stay in a rut for like a month. Whereas with me, I'll like allow myself like a day or two to be upset or angry. And then I'd be like, okay, what I need right now is a trip to the cinema with a Tango Blast and a pick mix. Like,
mix
I'll be fine.
Or one flavour.
I like a bit sweet and salty popcorn.
Love that. Great.
And then I have my little mixed Tango. And then because me and my sister go to the cinema at least twice a week. We have a cinema pass.
Okay, what's your favourite film?
Well, we've seen loads at the minute. Oh God, what was what one we saw the other day? There was one called Hallow Road, because we love a horror. So we always see horrors because they get me out of my head. So I don't think about anything.
Do you know, I've heard that before. People with anxiety love horror films. And actually when I was in the depths of despair with my drinking, I had chronic anxiety. I had a couple of panic attacks, but I wouldn't say I suffered from panic attacks, because it was only really as a result of being extremely hungover. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like day-to-day life. It was just like in fact, I had a panic attack the last morning of my drinking, if you know what I mean. So before my day one, I had a panic attack at that point on the side of the road in Hackney. It was horrendous. Anyway, but yeah, I wouldn't say that I suffered from panic attacks, but I did definitely have a few. And I remember when I was really anxious, I went through a period of loving horror films, which is not like me, is it? I'm a big baby.
Not at all.
I am a big baby. And I can't even think about horror film now.
Falling asleep as
well.
Yeah,
it was probably PTSD from watching all the horror films when I was chronically anxious. But yeah, it's because it takes you out of your own reality. Yeah, because it's so extreme.
Do you like to read?
Yes, I've just gotten into, I was a massive bookworm growing up, and then I fell out of love with it for a bit because I didn't have the attention span for it. And then I've just bought a Kindle, And when I go on holiday, I read a book a day. Like I eat
I'm
books.
the same.
But it's so hard when you're not on holiday to get back into reading.
Yeah, of course.
Because there's just so much going on. And I'm like, I can't. And then I've got Matt next to me on his little Xbox. Like,
oh God, he's a gamer. Good Lord.
He's got his little head. That's his one red flag. He has his little headset on and he's like, no, go this way.
The red flag be looking orange when he picks out a ring like that.
It's giving beige.
Yeah.
So I don't mind it. So, but it's hard. So I just try and find things that get me out of my head. And like for me, it's like yoga I've just started doing every day. And the cinema, we go once or twice a week. I get out of my head, don't really care what the film is. I'm such a film nerd. I like rate every film I see on Letterboxd.
Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I like review it.
That would be the perfect partnership.
Yeah,
for you,
I know. I know.
Or client.
I just love a film. And then yoga I've just started doing. And that was even a massive block for me as well, because the only yoga classes that I go to near me, it's like a heated studio. They're so good. But the only classes they do are from like 9:30 till 10:30. So I get in the office at 11. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be like a lunchtime CEO that gets in really late. And like, I know the team is going to think whatever, why is Vic getting in at 11?
Yeah.
But I was like, do you know what? I work all the time. I work on
7
weekends.
days a week.
I work on evenings.
Also, like I talk about this all the time, don't I? Work to your chronotype.
Yeah.
And when you are most productive, and if you are going to exercise at that time and you like it, then I hate this like, you should be in the office for 9 a.m. and not leave till 7 if you're a CEO.
Yeah.
What's to stop you going in at 11? And if you want, then you can work till 9, you can work till 5, you can work till 4. You probably do work on the weekends, weekends. So it's just like, I think, because I feel guilty, because I work for myself. When I'm at home and like my boyfriend comes back home and like, if I've like finished work early because I've like, it's sunny outside and because I've worked hard to then work smart later on, he'll be like, oh, like you don't do anything. And I'm like, oh my God. But again, it's like caring what society thinks and like we want to be seen as like hustling all the time, which is actually the difference, I think, to an extent between millennial CEOs and Gen Z CEOs, because like, hustle culture is more rife now.
I mean, your bio is girl bossing 24/7. So how does that affect your life?
I just like you said, I work when I'm productive, and sometimes I have feelings, that sometimes the team might think, oh, why is Vic getting in at 11? And I actually was going to do a whole team meeting and explain why. And I was like, do you know what? No. Because I want to get in at 11. It's really helpful for me. You'll probably know this if you've done your research, but
I will.
I had a massive reaction in my eyes from stress. Like huge, like they were like golf balls on my face. And it's because I was holding so much stress and I've not had it since I do yoga. So now I'm like, I'm doing it and it works for me.
But you're a better boss, a better CEO, better I was going to say girlfriend, but better fiance, better friend, better sister. If you're doing that thing for you, it sets you up so much better for your day, week, month, year, life.
You've got to pour into your own cup and fix your own oxygen mask first. That's what they always say. And I'm a big believer of that. Just touching on work now. So obviously you went from having 3 employees, you had 8 as of 2024. So where are we at now?
So it fluctuates. So at the minute we're on 9.
Great.
And that's because I always wanted a massive team, like a team of like 100. And that was like my big goal. And I think I saw success as having a big team. And then I reached the 8 point, and I love all my team. And at the minute, it's really nice dynamics. There's no like drama. Everyone just meshes really well together. And I was like, do you know what? Like, that's the hardest part of my job is managing a team. And my team is pretty much all my age and pretty much all girls. So it's really hard to be like, they're like my friends, but they're not. And I just, that is what gives me the most anxiety. So I was like, do you know what? Like, I'm happy where I'm at right now. And I'm scaling in other ways that don't require a team. So I was just like, as of right now, I want to keep it how it is. I'm sure we'll have to hire the odd 1 or 2 like this year or next year. But to me, like I'm just trying to focus on like do I feel happy versus like, does it look good?
100%. Vanity figures.
Yeah.
I used to be the exact same. I was like, right, I need the big office with the like neon lights, all the people like bums on seats, like a big like picture when it comes to like the staff party. And then actually you realize as your team grows, often like the stress grows because the hardest thing in business, I have always said this, is people. Because no one cares about your business as much as you do. Like it's always, and if you find those people that do care as much, then wow, like look after them. But it's interesting that obviously your sister is your MD, which is great. We've met Lauren, she's fab. Have you hired or would you ever hire a friend?
No.
I
actually have, I say, like, not to sound like horrible, I've had friends, you know, and it's like you went to college with them and you're friendly with them. Why? And I've been like, oh, actually, she's lovely and she's a great worker, but I just say no because
risky, isn't it?
It's just so risky. It's just too much at stake as well when it's personal, like it's business.
And like I think as well, like there's always going to be an element of like jealousy because I think like when you're hiring a friend and you're their boss, you're always going to be above them and they'll probably want some of what you have some of the time. So I think now, like, I would say when I had my first team member, I was really close friends with her. Like she was like my best friend, and it just makes it harder to deliver feedback and like difficult news because they're not. No one's perfect all the time, and I love my dynamic with my sister because I just say it to her how it is.
I think it's different with sisters.
Sisters are very different, isn't it?
Yeah. And even like hiring Matt, loads of people thought I was crazy for doing that because we'd only just bought a house together. And I was like, do you know what? Do you want to just have a job? And then I just brought him on board with me and he's our...
Please tell me he's your PA.
That would be so good. He sort of is. He's our ops manager.
He's your PA.
He's my PA.
I love that.
So he literally like, he does my diary, my meetings, my collabs.
Great.
We have our puppy Toby. He looks after Toby because he's an office dog.
Matt emailed me.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Matt. Because you got Vicky on the pod.
So he was just like,
oh, he's great. He picks good collaborations.
Yes, he does. He's got an eye for the collabs.
He's very good. He loves the collab side. So he does all that for me. And he just has blended in so well. I get so many people going, oh, I could never work with my partner. I'm like, great.
Well, don't worry. You don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to.
No one's asking you to.
No. I barely see him. I'm in my office. He keeps over there. He's so supportive of me. He just says it how it is. I say it how it is. We don't have any issues. So, and I think I'm so lucky to work with family because I know they'll always have my best interests at heart. And not that any of the other girls won't, but I just think I'm just trying to detach a bit and think to them, this just might be their first job. They could work here for 3 years, then go and work somewhere else, and that's fine. Whereas I know they're here for the long run and they're going to grow and scale with me, and they've always got my best interests at heart as well, which I love.
I love that, yeah. And how do you deal with, so obviously when you launched your business initially, which came off the back, I love this method, by the way, I've done this myself. So you messaged 100 photographers, didn't you?
Yeah.
So you noticed that photographers tended not to have a really good social media platform.
Yeah.
So you obviously messaged them and said, can I do your socials for you for £100? Bargain.
Yeah,
Wish you could do our socials for £100. Back in the day. And 3 people said yes, didn't they? So you were like 300 quid buzzing.
Yeah.
Back in the day, that was like, obviously.
Dollar.
You were absolutely.
I was rolling in
it.
Yeah,
you were. So how do you deal with people, obviously, when you launched your business and you went from managing those 3 pages to then working with the likes of Netflix, GHD, big clients, how do you deal with friends that aren't supporting you? Because I saw, and this really hit home with me, because I get so pissed off. Like luckily, my friends are all very supportive, but back in the early days when I'd launched one of my businesses, I would post a picture or say I'm live, I've launched, they wouldn't mention it.
Yeah.
They wouldn't bring it up, like they wouldn't share it. In person, it wouldn't be like, oh my God, that looks amazing. Not even like a reference to it. But then I'd see them sharing like Fenty by Rihanna.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, hello.
Yeah, but they're just frenemies, aren't they? We've all got them.
Yeah.
They're keeping a close eye on you.
Yeah. But how do you deal with that kind of shade, which it is a bit shady?
Yeah, it is.
Like you've got to do like friendship calls, and now I can hand on heart say, say that all my friends like are super supportive and would share, you know, like the podcasts, like all my other ventures and things. But like, how do you stop yourself from taking that personally? Because often our biggest supporters are strangers. Like your TikTok is 100,000 people. They'll be strangers and they're supporting you. I mean, the odd like nasty comment. Katie and
Great for engagement though, so who cares?
Had our fair share of those.
Oh, it's horrible, isn't it?
But how do you just not take that personally, especially as someone who has got that kind of people-pleasing tendency?
Oh, it's so hard. And like, I just spent years like, I just couldn't understand it, because I was like, if my friend started a business or like opened a salon or whatever, I'm first person there, because I was like, why wouldn't you be? Like that's your best friend, or it's one of your friends that you're really close to. And I just couldn't understand, like when I was doing well and sharing that I'd bought an office or I'd hired or whatever, my friends just weren't interested. And I was like, what? Like I couldn't understand it. And I would speak to so many people about it and be like, why do you think she's not messaged me? And why do you think blah, blah, blah? I think it's helped a lot. The Mel Robbins book, Let Them. Like,
really? This is so interesting. I'm so glad you've said that. Do you carry on?
Pin that, because she's got something to say.
Okay, Pin. So I'm not actually read all of it. I've read like half of it, just because my reading, I'll read one thing and then I'll read something else.
But you get the premise of it.
Yeah. So I just think now, like, so say for example, she used an analogy in her book where it was like her friends had gone on holiday and not invited her, and she had to keep going, let them. Like, they've chosen to not do it. So now I just keep trying to get into my head, like, let them. I shouldn't have to force anyone to be my friend. I shouldn't have to message my friend and say, why have you not said well done?
You wouldn't do that for a true friend.
No, you wouldn't need to. So I've taken that on board. And now I just think, like, the way I've tried to perceive it is that we're in business, you do a lot of exciting things and you get to go on podcasts and events, and it obviously it all looks amazing. It's very, very stressful. But I just think that it's one of those jobs where from the outside looking in, it looks amazing and glamorous and everything. And I just think when you're doing something so big, you're doing what so many people want to do. And it's one of those things where like everyone now wants to be like an influencer until one of your best mates becomes an influencer. And then you're just like, she's so full of herself. Why is she trying to be an influencer? Like people, it's just because they're not happy within themselves in some way. And I think that's why now I only surround myself with people that have done the work and they're healed and because that's when they'll be happy for other people and supportive of other people. And now I just can't stand to be around. If I get any negative energy, I'm just like, bye.
And that is one of the only perks of being an adult. You get to choose who you surround yourself with. Like I say this all the time, like there are hardly any perks to being an adult. Like you have to pay your own bills, you make your own meals, like you pay, you know, and it's like, right, one of the only good things is you have complete autonomy. You choose who you spend your time with, you choose where you live, like just really lean into those choices. And I feel like you've really, you know, made sure that you are doing that. So that's amazing.
Just on the old let them theory. So Camilla basically read the book and sent me a voice note like, so I've read this book. By the way, we love Mel. Mel is mega. We love Mel. But she read the book and Camilla was like, I don't know about you, but I just can't let anything go since reading the book. She's like,
it's made me hyper aware. It's like, like someone's like not let me out when there was like for the car or something like that. And I'm like, and it's like, let them. And I'm like, no, why have you done that? But even like bigger things like, they've like done this and it feels a bit personal and it's like, let them. And I'm like, can't. Like, since reading the book though, it's heightened how much people piss me off. So I'm like, I wish I could, if I could unread one book, it would be that. And I loved her first book, which was the 5-second rule. Really like that. But and I actually, we did see a video of someone because I thought I was alone in this. And then Katie sent me a video of a woman who was the same.
Things get to me, like if someone doesn't let me out, I go, you're welcome. Like, thanks. Like, it does still get to me. But what I've been trying to do recently that I learned actually at one of Lindsay Kane's meals, and she had a speaker there called Dior.
Oh, is this for the Yes Club?
She's amazing.
Yes, it's Rochelle Hume's life coach, isn't it?
Oh, she's just amazing. And I hear so many different pieces of advice from so many different people that sometimes it's like one in one ear out the other. But she was speaking about fact versus feeling. So she was basically saying, like, she used a really good analogy of something she was dealing with right now. So she said, I recently, one of her friends was going through something. I can't remember what it was. I think someone had died or something. And she'd sent her friend some flowers to just say, hope you're okay. And she messaged her like, hey babe, I've just sent you some flowers. Hope you're all right. And her friend had just read the message. And Dior was like, you've just read the message. Like, but she was like, what I took from that was not, have I done something wrong? Blah, blah, blah. It was, I know I'm a good friend. I've not done anything wrong in this situation. So that's for her. There's something going on with her. Whereas if that was me, I'd be like, oh my God, maybe I overstepped the line. Maybe that was too much. Maybe she thinks I'm obsessed with her. Like I would spiral. But she was just like, I didn't even think twice about it because I know I've not done anything wrong. I know I'm a great friend and she's going to get back to me and it'll be fine. And the friend did get back to her and just said, sorry, I'm just dealing with a lot right now. But that's something that
catastrophize.
That's something that I do all the time. Like to the point where one of my best friends will see my Instagram story and not like it. And I'll be like, why should she not like my story? Like I've said I'm on this podcast, why should she not like my story? But I'll think, do you know what? Like it is not that deep. And like not everyone reacts in the same way. So I take fact, she's seen my story. I'm choosing to add this feeling onto it that she doesn't like me, that it triggers something in her, that blah, blah, blah. When it's just usually not the case.
Not everything you feel and think is true. Like that's the thing that's like been the decider and the change for us, hasn't it?
It is. There's something called, have you heard of NICER?
No.
There's a method called NICER and it's basically notice, invite, curiosity, embrace, return. Okay. So it basically means notice. So when you're overthinking, you're like, rah, like, oh my God. And you mentioned it before about labeling.
Yeah.
So if you notice like your head's ran 100 miles an hour, notice it like, right, okay, that's what's happening to me right now. Yeah. Embrace it, like welcome it in. Like it's okay. Like don't like beat yourself up about it. Just like, invite it in.
Yeah.
Curiosity, like what is it?
Yeah.
Why am I doing this? Yeah. Like, okay, maybe I'm feeling like I'm worried that she thinks that I'm not a good friend or I've overstepped the mark, all these things that you're just saying.
Yeah.
And then embrace it. Like, where is it in your body? Because you know what it's like with anxiety. Like, is it in my throat? Is it in my stomach? Is it in my chest? Yeah. Where is it? And then return is like return to actually the reality of what's happening and like talk yourself down.
I love that.
So it's a really good, and also I just like that it's nicer.
Be nicer,
it's like, be nicer to yourself. Like notice this is happening.
Yeah.
Feel it, invite it, think about it, and then return to the reality of actually, that's not the case.
Yeah.
And it just gives you like, it's probably to run through those 5 things is probably take you 2 or 3 minutes to just sit in your head and just sort of run through those things. Yeah. And it really does help like massively reframe and just transform like your head from like, your feeling from fact, basically. Because your emotional brain and your logical brain are 2 completely different things.
And we always say like, and it's so true, we are the main characters in our own story. So we're like, you know, she's not done that because of this. Like everyone has got their own shit going on. And like sometimes, you know, in the case of, you know, the Dior's friend, like losing someone, like that's a lot of stuff to be going through. And you can't, you know, and it's like, oh shit, she's like, it's a swipe, it's this, it's that. And we all do it. But really, we are a tiny part of someone else's day. Whereas to us, we're the whole like day, aren't we? To ourselves. So we have to be so mindful of zooming out and being like, right, okay, I'm being main character energy here, which is what like we do a lot, isn't it? Check in with ourselves and just be like, right, okay, like is this, and I always actually do that to you, don't I? I'm like, I'm telling myself this story, I need you to kind of fact check. So I think actually soundboarding with friends sometimes is really, really helpful.
I've started writing mine out now. So I go like, fact and feeling. So it could even be like a client thing. It could be a client's not happy. And usually I'll really take that to heart and go, oh, I'm not good at my job and they're going to leave and blah, blah, blah. But I just go, the fact is, you know, they may be unhappy about something. That's because they might have a different expectation to something and that needs to be met. Doesn't mean I'm bad at my job. You're not going to have 100% happy clients all the time. So I usually just get on a call. It's never as bad as I think it is. So now I just like, if it's really bad, I'll just put like, what's the fact and what's the feeling? And then it just makes me feel like,
it's kind of similar to CBT because that's what they do in CBT therapy is like, what is real and what is not? And you have to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah, I like that.
So how intense is the emotion that I've attached to the thing? Yeah. And actually a lot of the time it's just the emotion you've attached to it that's making it worse rather than the actual thing.
Yeah. The mind is a crazy crazy thing though, isn't it? It scares me sometimes.
Yeah, terrifying.
The thoughts you can think. I'm like, you know.
We're always like, you are not your thoughts. Because if you were, you'd be psycho.
Yeah, crazy. It really, really is. But I would love to ask a little wild card question. So because we were talking about before the podcast, you're obviously growing your business, and with that comes like networking, intentional networking. You become the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. I'm a big believer of that. Jim Ron, or was it Tim? Tim or Jim? Can't remember.
One of the two.
So dinner party, dead or alive, you can have 3 guests. Who are you having?
I love Adam Sandler.
Yes, for the giggles, for the lols.
I love
That's a really
Adam
good
Sandler.
one.
I just love it. And also, Matt really looks like young Adam Sandler. I'll have to show you a picture after it. He really looks like him.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
I love that.
Not currently now, because I wouldn't say he's too dishy, but in the younger times, he really did.
Yeah. In like the Big Daddy days.
Yeah.
He was such a dish.
Yeah, he was a gem. Probably something like, I've always loved Princess Di.
That's just
and
really
that's a good one. Yeah,
Get
that
to
is
know
a really good one.
what's going on.
What's the tea? What's the real tea?
I love that. Would you love to have her on your podcast?
Yeah, I would.
She would be a great.
She's so on brand for your podcast.
She'd be great for views as well.
Yeah.
I feel like it would really
From a viral perspective, which we need to touch on before we wrap up.
Yes,
But yeah, who's the third?
Third one.
Good mix of female and male as well.
I feel like I need someone. Do you know what? I really like Emma Grede.
Yes.
I really like Emma Grede.
I loved her
because
on
I think
Stevens.
she recently did something for like a magazine or something, and the quote was saying that, oh God, I'm gonna have to find it. Basically, like, she leads with the audacity that a man has.
I saw that.
Which I love, because I just think sometimes you do have to just think like a man.
Yeah.
Like, women, we are emotional, and that's a superpower, but sometimes it can really let us down. And this is why I love working with Matt, because he just really puts things into perspective for me, and I'd be like,
simplifies.
Yeah, I just go, oh my God, I can't believe, like, my friend didn't like my story, and he'll be like, who gives a fuck? So just like, he doesn't care.
Yeah, they're reductive, aren't they?
It's the reality check you need, isn't it, really? Yeah.
In fact, that's so true now you say it. I'm actually going to thank Sam later for like his reductive view on things.
It can be helpful. They can be helpful.
Thank you for belittling my situation.
Literally. So
literally,
I told him about something the other day, and he was like, oh, really? No. That's what's been annoying you? Yeah. And I was like, oh, but it is
true. It's just
true.
simple. And I always say to everyone, if Matt was any more chill, he would be dead. Yeah. He's literally like, he's just so, he's one emotion,
horizontal, so laid back, he's horizontal.
He's so chilled about everything. And I always ask him things all the time. So I say, you know, what if you heard that behind your back, your friend had called you like a massive twat or something? You just go, well, I'm not, so
I love that energy. Wow.
So do you think that's why your relationship works so well? Because you balance each other out?
Because he's so like, he's not shy, but he doesn't like to be center of attention. He's just so, hi, you're right. Like, he's just so chill. He just makes me feel, he's literally a golden retriever, but without the energy. Yeah. Like, he's just so like calm.
He's a cavapoo.
Yeah, he is.
Great. Yeah, Matt the cavapoo.
He is. He's very, very chilled, and that's why it works.
It works a dream. So before we wrap up, I wanted to touch on, because obviously you mentioned Princess Diana would be great for views. So I'm super interested. You've gone viral so many times for clients and for your own socials. Do you think that there is a psychology behind going viral? Can it be hacked? Is it random? Like, tell us old millennials, what's the secret?
I will share with you. I'm currently writing a keynote on going viral about the psychology behind it. And one day I want to publish a book about it.
You said it out loud, accountability.
It is. I've said it. It's going to happen.
Right.
So yes, I don't think I think it's random in some ways. So, you know, when you see like a random video that has like 100 million views and it'll be like a really stunning lady lip syncing to something. Yeah. So that goes viral because it appeals to so many people. So she doesn't need to put the hashtags on it. But we can hack how things go viral. So I always say the easiest way to go viral is to pronounce a word wrong, because it pisses people off and they comment and say, that's not how you say it. So that's the easiest way for us to do it. And I think the psychology behind it is that like herd mentality. It's like with like Rode, like Hailey Bieber's brand, like now it's trendy, everyone wants it. It's like Labubu's, everyone wants Labubu. I'm personally a Labubu hater. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but
I saw a meme, it was like a short man is now called a Labubu.
Oh my God, that is savage.
It's savage, but it's so funny.
So good.
So
That's
funny.
such a little
Isn't that good? He's a little boo-boo man. Katie's like, we love a short king though, guys.
We love a short king.
As a friend.
As a friend only.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think there is the psychology behind it, and that is just people, they want to be part of the herd, and when something's already doing well, you're more likely to like it because it's already performing.
Yeah.
It's like that thing when we see someone's TikTok and it's really funny and it'll have one like and it'll be you and be like, wait, should I have liked that? Because I'm the first like. Then I'll be like, I'll just like it.
Yeah.
So I love to study like the psychology behind things, and I always say like the best description of virality is something Mr. Beast said about, I think it's like the purple cow theory. So it's that you see cows every day, they're nothing special. You see, I mean, I still go, look, a cow. Like I still get excited. But like if you see a purple cow, you'll like get out your car, take a picture of it. You'll remember it probably for years to come. And that's what viral content is. It's like, it's not the cows, it's thinking of that one thing that's going to stand out amongst everyone else. So that's what we do, is we like strategize what's going to be that viral moment for a client. And virality has such bad stigma as well. Like it's like, you don't want to go viral, that shouldn't be your strategy, but we continuously do it. So you're always at the forefront of people's minds and you're like setting the way in your industry. So that's what we do with clients now, is we think like, what is their viral thing that's going to make them pop off? And usually, purple cow moment.
Yourself that.
So it's usually something that, it can be something as simple as like you're doing a day in the life, but it's just one thing you do differently. Like there's a girl that went viral, day in the life of someone that has a pet squirrel. Because it's like, I want to know what her day in the life is.
Yeah.
So it's just like putting that spin on things. And that's why mine grew so fast, is because I was like, what can I say that's just like no one really hears about? And for me, it was like, my bullies applied to work for me, because that's like a great news story. So you can ask a lot of ChatGPT to help you out. I love a bit of ChatGPT.
I only realised, it's ChatGPT, isn't it? I say B.
Yeah, everyone
ChatGPT.
No, I interchange them, Mills.
Before I was in the car and I was literally like, I looked at it and I thought, what?
Oh my God.
It's a P.
Yeah, you've been living a lie.
It's ChatGPT. You just said
GPT.
GPT.
It's PT,
I think you said B before,
I said B. ChatGPT.
Well, we've got the receipts because luckily this conversation's recorded,
it's
so we can check.
Yeah, well, I love that. Yeah, lean into AI.
Yeah.
All about that.
Yeah.
Use it to streamline processes.
But it is fascinating. I love
it. Is.
And that's what like, it also is one of the hardest parts of my job, because I used to just do social media management, but now it's like virality strategy. So people come to us and they think we're just going to be posting cute TikToks on their page. And I'm like, no, like we're doing this whole strategic, I'll set up a conversation in the office, or I'll like, we literally have like fake conversations. We say the wrong things to anger people, because your content should be making people feel a strong emotion, whatever that is. So we'll do like office questions, like Share Looks do, where it's like, how much is your outfit? So we'll say that, but we'll fake the answer. So I'll be like, we'll say like, what's the most amount of money you spent on a meal? And I'd be like, probably like 10 grand. And we'll just say something outrageous because it will work. And we love it. We have a laugh in the office all the time because we just make up the most bullshit answers. And everyone's like, yeah, but isn't that unethical? I'm like,
it's entertainment.
As long as it's not hurting anyone, as long as you're not actively lying. If I said I made £1 million this month, like that's a lie. I'm not there just yet. But I don't believe in that. But I do think you can
have fun
spice
with it.
things up a bit. Like I think that's great.
Great. Well, I feel like that is the perfect point to wrap up. We would love to push your podcast, which is called Business Class. Obviously, stay loyal, Huns. Listen to both, because you've got car journey. Your episodes are a good length, though. The same as ours, like half an hour, which I think is great. So you've got an hour. Business class, you're going to be fine. Perfect.
What a duo.
And also, you've got your academy, which is fabulous. And we would love to push people that way. So we'll put the links in the show notes. We are so thankful for you. We are so thankful to you for coming today. And we just loved having you in the studio.
Thanks
so thank you very much.
I've very much enjoyed this.
Great. Time flies, hasn't it? It's gone well.
Oh my God. Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Don't forget, guys, like, subscribe, subscribe and share with a friend who you think will love this episode. Toodles.
Toodles.